Welcome, it's Denome, and welcome to this market update. And today we have a great day because, as you can see, Bitcoin had a huge breakout to the upside here, and we will soon take a look at closer at the chart here. But in this channel, we take a look at fundamental analysis as well as the technical analysis, and we try to combine and predict where the markets are headed. So we look at Bitcoin, we look at altcoins, all kinds of things. And if you have been following me on this channel, you knew that I actually said that 56k is most likely going to be the bottom here, and then we got the RSI bullish signal here in this video, and then eight days ago we looked at fundamentals again, and just 2 days ago I said that we were probably headed into a new altcoin season. So there are a couple of key things that have happened. Soon we will take a look at fundamentals and technicals, but the first key thing that just happened within 5 days is the GameStop pump. So the price of this stock here was $17 and it jumped all the way to $78. So there's some things that you have to understand about GameStop, and one thing is that when we jump back in time, you can see that the price of GameStop was like $1, and then suddenly it was $81. And the reason for this was there's some, let's say, internet investors who noticed that the price of GameStop was heavily shorted, or the stock of GameStop was heavily shorted. So what they decided to do is actually just buy a lot of the stock here, because the short positions, the way you close the short position is that you have to actually market buy the stock back from the market. And when that happens, that can create what's called a short squeeze, causing the price to actually skyrocket. But there were a lot of manipulation going on here. For example, people could no longer buy more stock later on. That basically caused the top on the GameStop price here. And there's some other things as well. But now investors noticed that actually the shorts are still there. They were not liquidated, and some banks went under because of this. And the shorts are basically just exchanged hands. So the shorts are still there. So people started buying GameStop stock back from the market. So this is basically just causing mania here, and back in 2020 here, this also caused a lot of mania. And the reason I'm talking about this is that this could be a catalyst for the altcoin season as well, because this mania basically will spill over to crypto as well, where people expect huge gains as well. And we can kind of see that in the meme tokens as well. I will soon take a look at those as well. But all in all, this happened here, and this is probably bullish for meme coins. Another key thing to look at is global liquidity. So what we're looking at in this chart here is we're looking at the M2 money stock of USD, Euro, JP, or Japanese yen, and British pound, and other ones also. So this is basically the liquidity of the market, this chart here. And when we take a look at this one, you can clearly see that this is in a breakout pattern, which means that there might be a lot of new liquidity coming to the market very, very soon. So I have the same chart here on my tables here. So when we actually take a look at it, you can clearly see that the liquidity basically topped off here in 2022, and since then the global liquidity, or the amount of currency in the world, has basically gone sideways a little bit to the upside. So once this actually breaks to the upside here, we could expect a lot more liquidity come to the market, and that means that the stocks and crypto and all these things will pump higher. So it hasn't happened yet. We haven't had a breakout yet, but this is basically an expectation that this will break to the upside here, causing people basically starting to speculate with assets once again. So this is very, very important. And when we take a look at this, the last number we have here is this is in May actually. So this is actually daily chart. The other one I was looking at was a monthly chart, but whatever. When we take a look at here, we can see basically that this has to break out to the upside or to the downside within a couple of months now. So this is when we could see massive bull runs happening all over the market. But as of now, we don't have that yet. So if you want to position yourself, this is actually the right time to buy. And if you wonder, by the way, what this line here is, it's just tracking basically the bottoms of this market. Let's go to the multi-view, so it's a little bit easier or clearer. So you can see this is going back to 2008, this chart here. And when we track the bottoms here, that can it could even be a little bit higher. Hard to say, but let's say this has to break out very, very soon anyway. Even if we take the just short-term one, that will give us a little bit more leeway, not as close to breaking out. But later this year, this could actually break out, let's say, maybe actually during the time of the US presidential elections. All in all, this is quite bullish. It's just that. So now let's actually take a look at, before we go to the charts, let's actually take a look at this one. So this is the Bitcoin held by ETFs. And we like to take a look at this because we want to know what basically big money is doing. So when we take a look at the last 3 months, not a lot of movement here. Let's take out the Bitcoin price, but just going sideways basically. So some accumulation, then sell off, and a little bit more accumulation. So not giving us any clear signal. And now let's actually jump over to Santiment. So this is a tool you can actually create an account here. There's a free version and a paid version. And if you create an account, make sure to use my link here. But this gives us kind of a under the hood look into Bitcoin. So here, this is very, very important. So when we take a look at the supply on exchanges, you can see something very, very interesting here just happened right before this pump here. So you saw massive amounts of Bitcoin leaving exchanges. So this is very, very bullish because this means fundamentally people want to hold Bitcoin for the long term when they take Bitcoin out of exchanges. And this went below 4. So this is it has never been below 4. So let's go all the way to the, actually it has been below 4 here. When is it? 2014, 2015, let's see, take a look at it. 2017, yeah. So this is the first time it has been below 4 before basically 2017 bull run here. And that's when after that, basically people wanted to speculate on Bitcoin, and we still had a massive bull run. But imagine now that we have less and less and less supply in exchanges, meaning that people want to actually hold it rather than trade it. So this is quite bullish, in my opinion, as well. So the trend continues to go to the downside here. And then more stablecoins were actually minted. So now you can see on the top left here, you can see that the total market cap of all stablecoins is now $150 billion. So this is another milestone and very, very good for the markets overall that we see more stablecoins in the market, because this means that people want to transact through blockchain. So it kind of signals the adoption of blockchain technology, basically. So you can transact USD through blockchain. So this is very, very good when this is going upwards. Then we can ignore that one. We can, total amount of Bitcoin holders. But this is for some reason not showing the right numbers. Now we have the right numbers. So when we take a look at the orange line here, that is the total amount of holders who have any amounts of Bitcoin in their wallets. So this has been climbing to the upside recently, and that's one of the reasons why I actually got bullish, because this is another signal that Bitcoin is being adopted. And because there's a finite amount of Bitcoin, that supply-demand structure has to basically cause the price to go higher. So this is very, very bullish for Bitcoin whenever you see more people accumulating, more people using Bitcoin than before. So this was very, very nice, and it has still been going upwards as well. Then we were looking at the dormant circulation before. So this means the wallets that have basically held Bitcoin for more than a year or more than 3 years. So as you can see, both of these are at very, very low amounts here at the moment, which means that basically old money does not want to sell at these prices. And that was one of the reasons why we were expecting a pump here as well. Ethereum is basically the same story here. You can see the amount of Ethereum holders growing and growing and growing. And when we take a look at the dormant circulation, you can see that this was quite low, this orange here as well, meaning that Ethereum holders were not willing to sell or people who held Ethereum for more than a year. So all in all, fundamentally, everything still looks good. And now actually, let's jump over to the charts here, because what I'm basically just expecting is for Bitcoin to, not this one, let's go Bitcoin USD. So this chart here, let's go to the daily view. So like I said in my previous videos, Bitcoin is basically headed to 90K, but before that we have to hit this resistance line here somehow. And from here, like I've told you in the previous videos, is that I do expect a pullback. And this was the perfect time to buy if you got this at 56K. Like I said, this was the perfect time to buy Bitcoin. And after the breakout was another great time to buy Bitcoin. Right now, if you're buying Bitcoin, it might still be good. Most likely in the long term, it is good. It's not just the best time to actually buy Bitcoin. This might be a better time to actually get into altcoins already at this moment in time. But Bitcoin here made these moves. Altcoins eventually will follow as well. And this is the resistance line. After we break the resistance line, or if we come back over to this bottom here, those are the next best places to actually get back into Bitcoin as well. And when we take a look at this breakout, you can clearly see that the volume here is quite high. So this is a clear sign that this is not a fake out. It was a clear breakout from the structure, and a very good sign that the bullish momentum will continue. And then obviously this was the longer term RSI or the descending trend of RSI, and we break out to the upside here as well. So all in all, I'm expecting very good things for Bitcoin, but for altcoins, there are altcoins that have been doing quite well. So let's actually jump here, and when we take a look at the last 24 hours, it's interesting to take a look at some of the altcoins that have actually pumped recently. So let me actually just wait out until this changes. So Mendy Finance, I told you that $0.16 was a perfect time to get back into Mendy, and now we had a 40% jump on Mendy. Another coin that is obviously pumping is Doji. This was $1. I told you in the previous video that this was probably going to be a good one. When I've been talking a little bit about it, but not really saying that it might be a great opportunity. What I'm curious about is Phantom at the moment, because this had a 25% pump to the upside. So Phantom is a blockchain, or basically a competitor to Ethereum and Solana and so on and so forth. But Solana had a very nice pump here as well. All in all, altcoins, many altcoins I'm saying is haven't done much here, at least the ones that I'm following. So it's quite interesting to see where we are headed, but there are obviously some interesting ones to look at. The Mendy Finance, this I don't know if I would buy it here anymore. Maybe I would sell because the pump was just so violent. But the key, self key, quite moderate moderate pump here. I think this is going to be a very good one. Matic, the fundamentals of Matic are just off the charts, but the price is just lagging behind. So if you have some patience, Matic might be an amazing opportunity. So let me actually show you on the charts here. So Matic USD, it's just this is a slow poke, but as you can see, Matic has already broken out from the structure here. Unfortunately, we did go below this this trend line here basically. So that's not obviously not good. But here, when we take a look at the RSI trend, you can see that we are currently breaking out of the bearish trend here. So in my opinion, Matic is looking amazing. And when we take a look at the weekly view, you can see that in the longer term, this structure is holding. And we could even make something like this. We had a breakout, unfortunately we went below it, so this is not great, but we're still at the channel low here. So I don't know, in my opinion, just Matic looks amazing, and fundamentally speaking, Matic is just off the charts again. Let's actually take a look at some of the fundamentals of Matic here. So the total amount of holders here, this is how many 82 million wallets have some amount of Matic. So that's a ridiculous amount of wallets for a coin that market cap is only, what was it, $6 billion. Daily active addresses, this is on par with Solana. So the daily active addresses, they were 500,000 wallets, 300,000 wallets, 230,000 wallet at the lowest here, and this was trending to the upside a lot here. But after the price actually has tanked, the active wallets have slowed down a little bit. But as you can see, the accumulation of Matic is just increasing and increasing and increasing, and all in all, in my opinion, just Matic looks amazing. But you have to have some patience with it, because Matic is something that it has been very a letdown for me, but maybe it will become eventually. Another interesting thing is the self key. This is a what is it? The self identity or digital ID project. So this had a nice pump here. I sold it off. Now it had a crash here, and I think this might be the bottom here already, just because they have more holders than before here as well, and the trend line looks like it might actually break here as well. So just some ideas. Obviously there could be any sorts of altcoins that pump eventually, but very happy to see Mendy pump here again. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about some of the coins here. Theta, this is very, very nice because Theta, they allow cloud computing. You can see it broken out from. Let's actually take a look at the chart here, so you can take a look at Theta USD. And when we take a look at Theta, you can see that it had this violent move to the upside here, and then we went to the bearish trend for quite a while. Now we've broken out of it. Now we had the breakout to the upside on the Theta USD chart here as well. So this could be a nice time. Actually, yeah, we're basically back on the channel. Cannot really say. Let's go to the daily view. Yeah. Not really liking it 100%. On the weekly view, it looked much better. 1, 2, 3. So one more leg to the upside could be expected here. So it could go to like $6, something like that. So Theta could be very, very nice. Fundamentally speaking, Theta, they allow the cloud computing, and they basically allow you to monetize your GPU, so you can actually rent your computer for AI content generation. So that's their plan for this year, that they release that product. So once that product is used and adopted, the platforms like YouTube and so on and so forth could create it or could use that network for their utility. So all in all, I think Theta could have a lot of potential. One more move to the upside here, at least maybe to $6 would make a lot of sense. What else? Let's see. And now I'm basically rambling, but I'm sure you can find some other very good ones. I typically like to stick to some altcoins that I really like, and maybe I change those altcoins that I really like, but I don't want to always just find a new altcoin and basically change my position. Find some good altcoins with good fundamentals and buy when they are undervalued, sell them when they are overvalued. Repeat. There was one thing I wanted to show you about Uncx, because that's a coin that I was talking about in the past as well. Here, so take a look at the amount of holders. So the amount of holders just in the last 2 weeks has increased by 60. So it's not a lot. It's still a 5% increase compared to not 5%. Let me count. I think it's 2.5%. Yeah, 2.5% increase in total amount of holders, but the price hasn't moved yet. And Uncx, they currently lock liquidity for $500 million worth of assets. So this could have a nice move to the upside quite soon as well. And as you can see, there are more holders now than when the price peaked here at $370. So I think it's quite guaranteed that the price of Uncx will pump very, very soon as well. So if you want to play catch up with Bitcoin price already pumped, these might be some altcoins that do well. Doge, not really seeing fundamentally amazing things on the chart here, but like I said, there were, let's see, Pepe actually went down here. What about Shiba Inu? Only 9% pump. Doge 7% pump only. So Dogecoin, meme coins didn't actually pump as much. It was just the WEN token here that I saw. So that's interesting. And Doji had a nice move as well. And Doji, I think this might be undervalued because this is like Doge on steroids. Oh, let's take a look at the chart here. Did it already break out from the downtrend? Doji USDT. And this is, by the way, only tradable on one exchange, and that is Gateio. You can buy it on chain on the Doge blockchain if you want to. I have a video for that. I will link it in the description as well. But if you have an account on Gate, or if you don't have an account on Gate, you can get my affiliate link from the description and create an account there. But let's go to the daily view so we get a little bit more information here. So we're basically tracking this downtrend here, and I'm expecting this to actually be the bottom here. Maybe it's not the bottom, but I'm expecting it looks like if this was the let's say to the upside, it would be a double top, but this could be a double bottom when it double taps the bottom here, and you can see the RSI is basically going sideways now. So it kind of signals me a shift in momentum as well. So all in all, once this actually breaks out, that would be the best time to buy. So buying it here would be a little bit maybe a mistake. So if you get it when it's actually above here, that would be even better. But it came down from $5 to now $1.14. So it's not at least the worst time to buy it. All in all, I think I've talked about enough on altcoins, but that's it for this video. Hope you like this video and consider subscribing, and I will see you on the Discord and the next video. Bye bye.